Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. We're here to preview between England versus Denmark. It's the UEFA Euro 2020 semi-final two at Wembley on Wednesday. I've got old school Gunnar with us. How are you, my friend?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yeah,
Looking
great.
forward to the game.
Yeah, looking forward to a good game. Hopefully, there'll be a couple more guests coming on as well. Hopefully, someone who's an opposition like he's a very bitter Welshman. Let's just put it that way. He's a very bitter Welshman. I'll just put it that way. But yeah. So obviously England semi-finals list, second time in a major tournament in a row. I think that's the first time England have done that. How have you rated their tournament so far? From your perspective?
Yeah, I rated it very highly. I knew they had a good team going into the tournament, but I'm surprised at the way they have played. A lot of England teams in the past, they have had very good players. They have had a decent manager, but for one reason or another, they haven't quite reached their potential. But this time around, things are different. Um, People look at the Scotland game and were perhaps a little bit disappointed. But since then, the team have kicked on again, and the performances have improved. And I think you can't underestimate Scotland. Scotland were really trying in that game. They made it very, very difficult at Wembley. They got stuck in. They were disciplined, and they're not a bad team, Scotland. They actually have some decent players in the team, like Tierney, but he's not the only one. So people are disappointed with the Scotland game. To be honest, they didn't lose it. It wasn't a loss. It was a draw. It wasn't the end of the world. The team has kicked on since then. A little bit of criticism, I think, is not a bad thing. Harry Kane has found his feet. He's been doing the business. I've been very impressed with the England team, to be honest. And I'm an Irishman, so for me to say that, you can you can believe that I'm not an England fan, but I've been very impressed with them. You can't deny their quality. I mean, the German game for me, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on the game against the Ukraine. Great result, great to get through. But for me, the German game was the game that made them. And Germany are a serious team, and they have some very good players. And England put them to the sword, and they did it in style. And it was a very good win. I was surprised. I'm happy for them because they have a good team and they deserve a bit of luck. They're playing good football, and that's what it's all about. So
Yeah, I think as much as when I looked at the preseason friendlies and I saw Wade Southgate was like not playing maybe the squad that like some of the players that he was playing weren't going to the tournament. So I was like, you were under preparing yourselves a little bit, and you maybe saw that maybe in the Scotland game a little that you would just
that's fair.
you saw a 20-minute spell with Croatia where we took the lead, we played well, and then it sort of flattened out to a little bit after that. And then the Scotland game was where I don't think that was the first. I think that's been the only game we have not turned up as a team, and Scotland made it and took advantage of that and made it very difficult. And we were lucky we didn't actually didn't lose that game.
Yeah.
But like I said, we went to play Germany, and obviously it's the old enemy, and we know our record against Germany in major tournaments. It ain't great. It ain't fun. It ain't nice.
Penalties, it's not a good sign.
Yeah, and I think for Southgate to beat Germany as well at Wembley, 25 years on, is a major, not just like boost for the team, for him as a manager.
Yeah.
And I've seen since then, he should not have the excuse to get to a final. Right? For me, I've been a Southgate out. I've not really like gone with the way he's played his football. But in a minute,
Okay.
what I've seen in this tournament, it's paying off because like you're not conceding goals, and if you're not conceding goals, you're gonna win games because it gives you opportunities to score, and he's been able to show he's got enough attacking influence as well as he's got defensive influence, and he's getting the balance right. So as well as the mindset. So he's got no excuse not to get to a final. If he doesn't get to a final, right, there's gonna have to be serious questions. And for me,
He's got
like,
good players. He's got very good players at his disposal. I mean, he's got the best squad in a hell of a long time. There's serious talent in that team. I mean, the squad is so strong, like you said. But you were saying about the Germany game there. The goals were quality. I mean, there was nothing lucky, nothing fluky about it. It was good passing, good movement, and a good finish. Each time it was the same thing.
it was a big decision as
Good
well
players.
because you're taking the best, probably was the best player off the pitch as well in Saka. Saka was probably, a lot of people were saying at the time, was the best player on the pitch,
Yeah.
and you were taking him off, and that was a big call. You knew the sort of response, if that didn't go right, the response you would have probably got by the supporters in the crowd, and yeah, he went for it, and it worked a treat. With that extra bit of creativity with Jack Grealish, with Sterling and Kane.
Yeah.
And it's like I was saying, Kane, luckily with that goal, has now managed to find his feet and been able to now put himself in amongst the goals as well. Which, if you're going to come up, which looks like going to be an Italy final, right? Not disrespecting Spain, but I just don't feel they have the quality and the manager compared to Italy.
I agree with you. Italy are a step above.
I just feel that having Kane at the right moment with the goals, if he gets another goal against Denmark, it's a problem for Italy, especially if they've got Spinazzola out, which has been one of their most influential left backs in terms of not just the defensive, but as an attacking mindset as well. So it plays, and they've got the more difficult game. That could easily go into an extra time and penalties.
Yeah, they have a difficult matchup. It's a tricky one.
I mean, how do you see? I mean, that if that goes to extra time and penalties, with the extra rest time, that if we can avoid extra time and penalties in our game, that could also play into our hands as well, because the side Italy is not as young as ours. Their defense is not young, and you've got the pace of Grealish, how quick he is on the ball, Saka with his pace, Sterling. He's always been like electric down both sides of the wing. So yeah, you're looking at a very dangerous, very dangerous sort of attacking options against an aging Italy defense.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree with you there. England have a lot of options all over the field. They are a younger team. They have strength and depth, and they have different kinds of players. Sterling can do one thing. Saka can do another. Grealish can do it a different way. They complement each other. They're not all the same kind of player, and that's important. They can mix it up, because against Italy, you're going to have to. You say they're aging, that's true, but they're bags of experience in there. Mancini has them playing with such verve going forward. I mean, they're really good going forward. The final is a hard one to call if it is England against Italy, because I believe it could go either way. England, of course, have a great chance to get to the final. It's at Wembley, but also the team is good. Like I said, I think they can stretch them. Definitely, they have youth on their side. If it went to extra time, the half an hour, which it could, they could stretch them over that half an hour. I think it's going to be a very close game if it comes to that. I fancy Italy, but like you said, this is a very good England team. It's the best team I can remember in a long time. If they can't do it now, like you said, with Southgate, with the players at his disposal, that raises different questions for him. But everyone needs to get behind the team now and push forward, because they did very well to get to semi-final. They had a great chance to reach the final and win it all. It is possible for them to beat Denmark, and it is possible for them to beat Italy too. No problem. They have the players. They have the players. They have the players to do it. That's how I see things. And I've been surprised with them. I've been impressed with them. Sterling, for me, has come of age too. Sterling is a great player for Manchester City. We all know about Sterling. I'm an Arsenal fan. I know about Sterling. But for England, he's doing the business. At international level, this is the toughest level of the game. I mean, this is the hardest level. It's professional, like really top players playing for every country. It's a tougher level than the Premier League. It's a hard level, and he's doing it. So for me, yeah, everyone should get behind the team and push forward because they're looking good and they're playing. They're very relaxed before games. I don't even notice that. There's no kind of crazy headlines coming out of the team hotel, or they're all just focused. They're doing the business and they're going game by game. I mean, they're very relaxed before the games, and that's a very positive thing.
I think that's the main thing. I think Gareth Southgate has made it his sort of priority to sort of maybe because the media is always a pressure cooker. With you saw it in '96, you see it all the time with England going into tournaments, and I think what Southgate's done is tried to protect them as much as possible. Obviously, they're going to get interviews, and you've seen the amount of interviews where they've said about '96, it's 25 years on, it's
Of course.
and that, and then it's for me that just builds unnecessary pressure, and I'm just like, just let them do what they've got to do, let them play what they've got to play, and then I'll prove it to you.
Yeah.
And I think Southgate's done a very good job in making sure just that you keep your heads down, right? Do your talking on the pitch, keep your heads down, and do it that way, right? And then whatever they're saying, they'll turn around. I mean, to the point now that like no one will dare question. I think now Southgate's lineup, to be honest, because every time we've questioned it, and yet every time it's been so balanced, it's pulled off. And the amount of times people were saying we need Grealish in the team, we need when Harry Kane was at scoring, he should be dropped. When we should be playing with maybe 2 DMs, we should be more expansive. And every time it's been perfectly judged, and the game you can tell has been managed like it's been pre-planned, like it's been orchestrated. And that's why I feel, as much as like I'm not usually been a positive England fan, because I've seen so much heartbreak before.
Yeah.
But even I see it now, and even I've started to believe that there is something different here, because we've got that something like mentality that's different to any other sort of England side that we had. We had a little bit of it in the World Cup, but from that little bit, it's grown and grown and grown and grown. And what's I've even come out and said is that if we do win this, what's that going to do to them players in a year's time for the World Cup? With another year of club football under their belt, with Saka another year at Arsenal, Sterling will probably even get a looking back at Man City, because he has been phased out by Foden, and
yeah, that's true.
People said we should be playing Foden, and we needed him. So, but then Foden can take the experience, what he's learned here. Same as Grealish, what is he going to learn? He's going to Man City, so that alongside with that as well.
That's definitely. Grealish is going to Man City.
He's gone. That was agreed before even the Champions League final was kicked.
That's going to be difficult. City will be very hard to beat next season.
Because a friend of mine, a Man City fan, he went to the final, and he saw someone who works inside the club, and they said Grealish is done for around 80 mil. They're just going to announce it, and now everyone's starting to come out and announce it.
That's
and
crazy.
Now all of a sudden, they're also saying they're either getting Kane or Haaland, trying to get one of the two.
It's going to be hard.
Bring Connor into the stream as well. You all right, Connor?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually currently watching the tennis at the moment because it's quite good for once. So, yeah.
You give up with the tennis. Our hopes are gone with that one. We've got more hopes for once. We actually got more hopes in the football than the tennis.
For once. You took the remote for once. Yeah. Come on, Denmark. Come on, Denmark.
No.
Yeah. I love a bit of Casper.
Yeah, Connor. What are you gonna say? What do you say about this game coming up for England? Big game
Well,
now.
it's a massive game. I think it reminds me of United. They kept getting to semi-finals, finally got to the final, but they lost. I hope we get to a final, but we don't lose. I think we will get to the final. I think it'll be a 1-0 game. I don't see us banging in goals. They've got a very good team. But I think ultimately, there's a real belief in this squad, real belief, and the fans are right behind them. It's at Wembley. I can't see anything apart from an England win. I mean, I feel sorry for Denmark a little bit, because the crowd's going to be against them. But we've got to embrace, if there's a final at Wembley at stake here, in front of 60 odd thousand England fans, let's go out there and let's get that win and let's get to the final and beat Italy or Spain. Honestly, the positivity from every England fan at the moment is I just hope it goes on to the players and they produce the quality that we want to see.
I will just say that Danny, like, if he does deliver us a European Championship, he's technically won more than what he has at Tottenham.
Yeah. He's won the LD Cup at Tottenham, isn't he?
I just got to put that one in there. Big up Dan. He's always a supporter anyway. Yes. Look, I mean, Denmark should be on. Look, you can't knock Denmark for what they've done. I mean, a lot of people after sort of what happened with Ericsson, a lot of people write them off. And actually, I think that's what has made them a better team, actually, because I think the first, until the incident, they were relying on Ericsson down that left-hand side. Right, and now they're all of a sudden they're playing more as a team. They realise they're having to play like more as a team together and rely on each other rather than one outlet in sort of Ericsson. And what you see in fact this tournament is teams that have played better as a team on the day have been the ones that go through, not the ones that have been like floating, like relying on individual brilliance or like certain quality from one or two players and not the rest. So, and again, that sort of feeds into what we're saying about England in a minute. They're not playing maybe the best 11 that could be out there, but they're playing the most balanced one, which will keep the defense good and it will win you games at the same time. It'll get you opportunities. And I mean, do you agree with that, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, look, we talked about it in the very first game. As long as we get the job done, I don't care who he plays. He could get someone out of retirement. If they do the job, I'm not going to complain. Get the result, get the win, and move on to the next game. We haven't played fantastic football. Would I have picked half the players he's picked in a lineup? No. But are we winning games? Yes. Am I going to complain? No. So, if as long as we're holding that trophy at the end of the competition, I am not going to care less, and I will, my obsession with bald people, Stephen. I will shave Gareth Southgate's head bald, and I will, trust me, that man. I'll tuck him in at bed at night with my missus. That's what I would do. Honestly, anything he wants, I'll give it to him. Anything. Just to see us win something, please.
Good sense of humor. I like it. So.
Yeah. Hi. Wishes keep calm. You always. Oh, come on! Right, we're calm. We're calm. Right. Obsession with Paul Pete. Yes, definitely. Love to see a gun. Get in there, mate. Get in there.
Oh, I don't.
From Barcelona, big up from Barcelona. Yes. Yeah. Make sure you're watching on Twitch as well and on Facebook. So, and Periscope. Yeah. How? This is the thing. Is like, what do you do? I mean, do you play like you did against Ukraine, and go 4-2-3-1, more expansive, more attacking minded, or do you revert back to the 3-4-3? Because I think Denmark are a better team than Ukraine
Definitely.
by miles.
And I think they play with wing backs as well. So I wouldn't be a surprise if we go back to a back three. I think we play well in the back three. So
I think we're playing well either way. But
yeah, I think Germany, that was the best game we played in the entire tournament in terms of the football. And we played a back three. We matched them up and we did them on the day. So I'm not going to complain.
I think that's the thing. I think it might be a case we just match them up again. And if we match them up, I think the quality will just the quality will shine through.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's what I believe. I mean, what do you think, Gunnar? What do you say?
Yeah, I agree with you. To be honest, I would go for a 3-4-3. I would definitely be. I wouldn't play defensively, but I would keep it very tight. I wouldn't play that expansive and open against Denmark because they could score a lot of goals. They're a very dangerous team. I'll go back a couple of years now. We played Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. We played Denmark in a playoff game for championships. I can't remember which one. To be honest, Ireland were really bad at that time. That's fair enough to say. But we got a 1-1 draw with them in Copenhagen, and then we took the game back to Dublin. And you want to know what they did to us in that game? They were beating us 2-1 with 15 minutes to go. It went from 2-1 to 5-1.
Ouch.
It's the same team, guys. It's more or less the same team. It went from 2-1 to 5-1. So they're that kind of team when they sense blood. If you play too open against them, they can really exploit it. They're very good around the box. Like I said, guys, in 15 minutes, they put us absolutely... It was 5-1 at the end. And this was a playoff game where we were given everything. Very dangerous team. I wouldn't underestimate them for a second. England have a better team. England have the players. You just need to be cautious. Start the game slowly and feel their way into it. Move the ball around. As things progress, maybe change things up a bit. But you have to be cautious at the beginning because this team, they're out for blood. And I mean, they're riding on the crest of a wave, guys. Let's not forget that. The motivation in this team, after what happened to Eriksen, it's driving them forward. Like, their mentality is very strong. That's all I'm going to say. You have to be cautious against them. See what happens as the game progresses. If you get 1-0 up at the start, that would be the perfect situation, guys. Just like we did in the last game. Early goal, you can build on it. It's going to be a tricky game, I think. I think England will win it, but they have to be careful at the beginning because Denmark they're well up for it. I mean, they are well up for it. Their motivation level is... Man, you remember their performance against Belgium? Okay, they lost 2-1, but they gave them a game. And I mean, they were moving the ball from left to right.
I watched that game. It was very good.
Many chances in front of the goal. They had so many chances. It must be 25 chances. I'm not exaggerating. You remember that game? They were... So just be cautious. That's all I'm saying. Definitely keep it tight. Feel your way into the game. To open up against them and to play on the front foot. It's probably not a bad thing, but I would wait 20 minutes and see how things are going. Before I would, you definitely have the players to win the game. There's no doubt about that. I would not want to repeat myself. I would be very cautious with this Denmark team. Everyone is supporting them. The fans are 110% behind the team. And what happened to Eriksen has galvanized the squad. They're willing to do anything to win the game. Their performances, like I said, their mental strength. When they go out onto the field, that game against Czech Republic had a fantastic team. I was shocked when they beat them. I actually thought Czech Republic were going to win. So there you go. And when it went to 2-1, when the Czechs got the goal and got back into it, Denmark held firm. The defence held firm. They solved the 2-1 win. And there was a long way to go to the end of the game after the Czechs scored. This is not a team to be underestimated. I think England will win, but watch out, guys. Denmark are well for it. I think if England go to the final, they have a really good chance.
Denmark danger men are Mahal, Damsgaard, and Dolberg. Plus, we can't let Højbjerg bust the midfield. I think that's a very good point. He has bossed Højbjerg with Tottenham this season. He's done that this season with Tottenham, and I will just.
Delaney is very good for us. Delaney.
Yeah, I will also say is, I do feel though, in terms of midfield, I don't think the way Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice stopped Germany's midfield.
Yeah.
I do think we'll have an answer for them in that department. I do feel the way the defense dealt with Muller. I mean,
absolutely.
Let's be honest. Maguire, he got home, right? He took out his keys, he took out his wallet, he took out his phone, then he took out the Muller in the corner. Right? You can always trust. For once, Muller didn't put it in the corner.
Yeah.
So, like, I will say that is that he's one of the most prolific strikers in international tournaments, and he didn't give him a chance to
He intimidates
he had that one opportunity, and that was because of Sterling's mistake, and that was the only opportunity he got. That and the Havertz save, that's saved by Pickford, and that's why I feel as much as there are threats, and if we're not, and if we're not on our game, and this is why I said Højbjerg is a machine. I do see that. If we're not on our game, they will boss us. But the way and this is why I'm saying within the mentality side of it, the way we've been going into games, we're treating everyone with the level of respect that they deserve, but also with the confidence to say that, yeah, we've got the quality to beat you, right? But if we need to be on our day. So that's why I still feel that we'll have those answers for him. And whether they score, do you know what? It'd be a bonus if apparently from what I've heard, if we do not concede, we'll be the first team to go to an international tournament final and not concede a goal, which will be huge going against Italy. It'll be huge psychologically to both the English, to England and Italy. Italy will look at that and how the hell do we stop that? So, Connor, what do you think? Like, do you think we'll just have an answer in every department?
Look, I think with us, especially what we've seen as England fans, I think the team are just full of workhorses. You know, we're not a great football. We should be a better football inside, but we're not. You know, I don't know whether that's down to the coach or whatever. That's, you know, what goes on in the training ground. But I think just touching on the midfield quickly, I think one of the midfielders are going to get dropped because they're both on yellow cards. So if they get a yellow, they miss the final. And I don't think Gareth wants. I mean, them two have been fantastic, Rice and Phillips.
I thought they were wiped off.
I'm not. I know. I don't think they do. I'm not sure actually. They might have, but I know both of them on it.
I heard they were wiped off.
Oh well, if they're wiped off, then that's fine. But if they're not, I do see one of them getting dropped for tomorrow. And obviously, if Henderson comes in, I'm not going to be upset because he's obviously a quality professional. But I think, look, Denmark won't be easy to beat. They do have a good caliber of players. I don't think they play particularly well, but I think they play on the belief that, you know, obviously what happened to Ericsson, they lost their first two games. Then there was that magnificent game against Russia that they played.
Yeah,
and then
hang on, I just got it confirmed. Yellow cards carried over at Euro 2020 for the duration of the group stage, last season quarterfinals and quarterfinals. So players had to be careful not to pick up cautions. Yellow cards were wiped after the Euro 2020 quarterfinal games were played. So players will begin the semi-finals with a clean slate. To get him into the final.
That's a real bonus.
Good. That's good.
That is a bonus for us.
Yeah.
For England, because we've got Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice are probably our two main components, probably
Definitely.
most important components, to be honest, in our midfield and probably in the whole team, the spine of the team. Both on a yellow card, and now they've wiped because they've got to the quarterfinals. That's huge. That is
Definitely.
huge for this game. I mean, I think that makes it, I think, even harder for me to see if Denmark have an opportunity. To be honest, it's just that midfield two have been so great for me. And how do you rate like Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice's performance, Gunnar?
Look, I find it interesting how Gareth's made that work because, I mean, you've got Declan, who obviously likes to sit, not particularly any sort of attacking qualities to him. But Calvin Phillips, I mean, he is the best workhorse I have ever seen. He'll bail any player out on the pitch. If anyone gets caught out, he'll be there defending them. I honestly, for someone who has only played Premier League football for one season, is probably one of the most important players in not only the Leeds team but in the England team as well. And I'm a bit shocked, to be honest, how he even managed. I mean, I do think I wanted Ward-Prowse to be in the team. I did want that. I think a lot of people wanted that. But look, I'm not going to complain unless if the player does the job. I'm not going to be upset. And to be fair, with Calvin Phillips, I think he's proved a lot of people wrong. And rightly so. I mean, his performances speak for themselves, and I'm really, really impressed with what Gareth's done with the midfield and obviously the defence as well. Not so much the attacking part of the team because I feel like we still need to put the ball in the back of the net more. I know we scored 4 on the weekend, but I just feel, with Gareth, he's done an excellent job in making sure. I want us to be a bit. I know there was a point earlier that whether we should start well early or whether we should feel our way into the game. I want us to start early. I want us to get that goal, calm the nerves, and push again. I want us to demolish Denmark. Don't let them. If you're 2-0 up in the first 20 minutes, it's a big task for Denmark because they're away. 60,000 England fans are going to be roaring, and obviously we've got a better caliber of players than them. So I want us to be really sort of going forward. I don't want to see any cautious playing around the back. I want to get the ball forward quickly, catch them out. They're going to be probably very defensive and try and hit us on the counter, so we have to move the ball quickly. So the team selection tomorrow is very important. I don't want to see players who take 5 touches and then decide to pass. I want to see quick 1-2s. I want to see Mount getting in and around the box. Make it difficult, make them, concede fouls. Then we get good opportunities. And the other thing I want to say is set pieces as well. We have been superb at set pieces, very dangerous on set pieces this tournament. Let's not take them for granted. Because if they're going to be, Denmark are going to throw a lot of bodies on the line, a lot of blocks. We're going to get a lot of corners. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of opportunities to whip the ball into the box. So set pieces are going to be crucial for England tomorrow. So Maguire, Stones, Walker, Kane, they should be licking their lips because if you're being...
those 2 set pieces with quality.
Oh, yeah, and that's one thing. Another thing Gareth has done well. The set pieces this tournament have been superb. Really, I just feel... And I find it really frustrating because I remember watching even in the first half...
Not just superbly taken, but superbly defended as well.
Yeah, I mean, even in the first half against Germany, we were getting the ball into... We had a good opportunity. We had a couple of free kicks where they sort of outwined and we can whip the ball in. And they were getting cleared by the first man. I think, what a waste. Get your foot behind the ball. Get a good ball in. When you've got players like Maguire, who basically is known for being a menace at set pieces. Stones has scored a lot of goals for City this season. Kane is a poacher, You've got to make sure the quality of the ball's perfect. None of these, I'm going to play it short. Then, yeah, that was the other thing. We had a set piece, right, where we had a free kick to whip it into the box. It's then gone in. It's gone. He's then played it short, and it's ended up all the way with Pickford again. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing? You're about 40 yards from goal. Brilliant opportunity to whip a ball in, and it ends up 5 seconds later with Jordan Pickford. Like that, those are the type of things which really grind on me. So I want us to really give it our all tomorrow. Really, just don't take chances. Just if you see an opportunity, if you're 30 yards from goal, you've got a bit of space. Have a go,
Have a
because
go. No one's
that.
going to crit. Do you know what? It's always the same. No one's going to criticize you having a go. They're going to criticize you if you pass the ball and do nothing with it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Right? So I'm never going to criticize someone who sees an opportunity to have a shot and pulls one off. Only if it's like in the last minutes of the game, you're losing 1-0 and you need just to
Oh
put the
yeah,
ball in the
yeah.
box. That's the only exception. Apart from that, have a go, right? That test the keeper, because you can never know. You test the keeper, force a save, pull it out from a corner, get another opportunity.
Yeah.
Get an opportunity to put the ball back in the box. So it can work in two ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was just going to ask. I mean, that two DMs is going to be key, wouldn't you say, Gunnar?
Yeah, I think that could decide the game. That's where Denmark are going to be at their strongest guys. Those two guys have been doing very well. They performed very well for England. Declan Rice, to be honest, I didn't know much about him before the tournament, but he's gone from strength to strength. And we know a lot about him in Ireland, of course, because he used to play for us, I think, for the first game or second game, and then he defected and he decided to play for England. But that's ancient history, guys. As a player, yeah, he's gone from strength to strength. The squad in general, like the 11 that Southgate puts out, I think, like you were saying earlier, the balance. Hey, Maisie. The balance is very good in the team, and that has been a real plus. It's going to be a real battle, guys. The game is on Wednesday, right? Not Tuesday. It's the second semi-final, right?
Yes, the second semi-final. We've got the first one on tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the Italy game, right? Italy, Spain. I think, to be honest, they've had a good couple of days rest, England. That's why I say that. They have that extra day's rest. The game is at Wembley. It's comfortable enough for them. I honestly think it's going to be an incredible battle in the midfield. It's going to be a huge, huge challenge. But again, they can win. But those two guys are instrumental, and they have been. And that's why Southgate plays them. I, to be honest, would start Grealish. I've been very impressed with him. And the guy is fit. I don't know that he started the Ukraine game. But I would definitely start him in this game. He's fit and he's strong. I mean, that guy is physically strong. I mean, I've seen him on the pitch. He's an incredibly strong guy. Great balance, great technique. I would start him. And why not? I think he deserves it. He's a fantastic player. I think it's going to be a tough game now just to switch angles on this. You're talking about Bukayo Saka, great player. But I think it could be a very tough game for a player like him. Sterling has more experience. Saka, I think it could be tough for him against the Danes, to be honest. He's a very good player, of course. I'm an Arsenal fan, I know all about him. He's been our shining light last season. An absolute inspiration. You have, for us, Lacazette and Aubameyang. I'm not going to talk about Arsenal, but those two guys for us were not doing the business for a long time. Their experience, the wages they're earning, whatever. He was the guy that was holding it together for us. Emile Smith-Rowe, that's another guy. They were the guys that kind of pulled us through difficult games. It wasn't the big money signings. It wasn't the two guys up front with their big names and their big egos. It was Saka was the guy that was delivering the goods, and Pepe. But I think it could be a tough game for Saka. Now, he's a young guy, and I think it could be a very hard game. Like I said, Sterling has a bit more experience than him, you know. That's how I see things. Yeah. What do you think, if I may ask you a question, what do you think will happen, like you were saying, after the Euros? Let's say England do win. After the Euros, you said the development of the team. Like you said, you've got to look then towards the World Cup. It's going to develop for them, right? I mean, they're going to go from strength to strength. This is a young group of players. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to shout someone out, actually, if that's okay. a fellow YouTuber. It's actually the guy you were talking about yesterday, the guy that was on the live stream with me, drawn by. If it's okay with you, I just want to shout out his YouTube channel, Drawn by Dre. He's a fellow Gooner. Check him out on YouTube, guys, Drawn by Dre, and on Instagram, Drawn by Dre. Every week he does a podcast, possession-based podcast. He asked me yesterday, but I showed him out when he heard I was coming on, so there you go. Thank you, Stephen. There you go. Check him out. That made his day.
Get lost.
Who is this?
Anthony. He's a twit. He's all right. I know him. All right.
Privately.
Big up. Greetings, brethren. John, how you mate? Maisie, big up. Member as well. It's coming home. It's coming home.
You still have to win 2 games, Maisie. You still have to win 2 games. I'm just going to put that out there.
I'll keep it link in the chat.
There's two hard games to win before it's coming home, guys.
Okay. Mate, I'll do it for you, man. I'll do it just for you. Right. I'll do it just for you.
I'll
do it for you, Maisie. I said you, Maisie. Like,
and you put link in chat.
Expecting me. Yeah. He's the bitter Welshman.
Mike Green. I know Anthony. Okay.
Well, no, I know Anthony as well. He's just.
They got absolutely slaughtered, Wales, against Denmark. What a trashing! They got absolutely.
Can never trust Twitter. Don't download Twitter, people.
Don't trust Twitter. Don't trust either. You can't trust Twitter, and you can't trust Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. I'll drink to that.
Mikel Arteta.
Oh, how do you sit on it?
Me?
What?
I was asking Gunnar. He's the Arsenal fan. How do you sit on Arteta?
What do I think about Arteta? I'm Arteta out all the way, 100%.
I have another subscriber.
He's an Arsenal. He's an Arsenal man, true and true. That's fair enough. But he doesn't have the quality to take us to the next level.
To be honest, he's an Everton man. He's an Everton man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even personal against the guy, but man, his management, he's not at the level. He's not going to take us on to the next level with the players we have. We're not going to win the league at the moment, but we shouldn't be what happened to us. The Europa League semi-final, man, that was the worst performance I've seen in a long. And Unai Emery, he got his revenge. Good evening. The only good thing is that he beat United in the next game. I was,
All right, that's that.
But
he predicted Pep de Gea will score his penalty.
Well, our performance in the semi-final against Villarreal, man, worst I've seen, worst Arsenal performance I've ever seen. Shocking. I was in work watching it with a Chelsea fan, saying no more about it. We almost were rolling around on the ground at half time. His comments were out of control. I had to check his chin once or twice.
I'm sorry, I knew it from the first North London derby. Not good enough. That's when I turned. I gave him a chance. No, not again.
Why does he stand on the sideline so much and do absolutely nothing when things are going against us? He's very passive. Look at Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. When things are going against him, he stands up and he gets stuck in. Arteta is very passive. He waits a half an hour before
and then he sits there in a press conference and comes with an excuse on the planet.
Yeah, and he loves Willian. I know what the thing is Willian. It's like Willian is a Chelsea agent. It's Agent Willian. That's what the Chelsea fans call him. Agent Willian. He's an agent for them, right? Man.
I keep saying this, but unfortunately we have Arsenal fans that sit here and then go, we're going to make top 4 this season, and then we're going to win the treble.
Well, you know what? I'm going to keep it clean now, lads, because this is YouTube. I don't know what drugs they're on. But tell them
top 4 of the bottom half.
We're not going to do anything with Arteta. Man, you will see now when the season comes. I'm a very positive person. You'll see when the season comes, we're going to be the same thing again.
I'm a very positive guy. I have to be a positive guy. I'm not well.
United have got Sancho, isn't it? Didn't Man United buy Sancho?
They've
and
got
Varane and
Sancho.
Camavinga.
They're going to get Varane. They're going to get more, and they're going to also
Arsenal.
yeah, the other kid they're going to get as
Camavinga.
well, Kalinga, but he might be going back on
Who's
loan.
that, yeah?
But
We have to hit roll. Okay, fair enough.
Leicester have bought 2 players.
But
Leicester.
They bought
Everton-
3. They've got Ryan Bertrand at left back, who I quite rate. They've got
Ben White.
Samari, who's a quality player, and then Patson Daka. You know, Leicester going for the title, man. I'm telling you, Leicester are killing it. Fair play to them.
To be fair,
Yeah.
look,
The Spurs are already close. I mean,
he can.
at the end,
I
it was close.
do say this, but he could get us. He could get us what we like. We're not getting it anyway. But anyway, we're gonna move on because Mike.
Yeah.
Mike,
Move on
I know
before I
you
get
have. I know Wales has a very good experience with Denmark.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they stuffed Ireland too, remember? A couple of years ago, I told you, 5-1.
Yeah, that should have been us. That should have been us. James McLean robbed us of a goal.
Yeah. James McLean is a good man, though. He's a good man.
Well, no, McLean is not a nice person at all. I'm sorry. He is the.
No,
I won't say the word. I won't say the word because I'm a nice person, but it begins with a C, and it's James McLean.
What does it? It begins with a C and then ends with.
No. I said it begins with a C, and it explains McLean. And it's not Kieran. It's not Kieran.
Okay. That's fair enough. I respect your opinion. He's from Derry. You know what I mean? It's all right.
Anyway.
They're all Irish. They're all God's children.
Anyway.
They're all God's children. He's from the north of Ireland, the one from the south. That's all right.
What we're saying.
He's got an attitude. He's a bit of a scumbag. But yeah, that's McLean. That's his game plan. Like Muller for Germany. Scumbag. You know what I mean? The scumbag mentality on the pitch.
I officially hate Thomas Muller, by the way.
Hang on, but I'll just because he bottled it against you, didn't he? That's what he did. He bottled it. You were so against us against Germany, and what did you do when the second goal went in? You were gone. You were gone.
I had to record the clip.
Bullshit! You didn't come back, did you? You didn't come back.
No,
did you? No. You usually left it on. You usually leave your on mute and then you do your recording. Nah, bullshit. you were gone.
It was basically full time, innit? It was basically full time. So I was like, I may as well just go now. They're going to be
right. Okay.
They're going to be bantering me. I may as well just go.
If I was 2-0 to Germany, you would not have stopped. You would have fucked your recording. You would have gone 8.
Oh yeah, I would have stayed. Let's call a spade a spade. I'll be staying all night, mate, celebrating, getting a bit of Frankfurters down me. That's not meant to come across weird, but you know what I mean. That's literally getting clipped. But you know, what else do they do in Germany? Beer. I'll have a pint of whatever beer they do. I don't know what they do in Germany.
I lived there for a while. I lived in Germany. What else do they do? There's some good girls in Germany, some good women. I'm going to keep it clean, all lads, because we're on air anyway.
But yeah, I would not be going.
Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. I don't want to kick hands.
Oktoberfest, Germany is good fun. I mean, I'm Irish. The Germans can drink. I don't care what anyone says, man. My dad served in the army and based in Germany. So he came with some funny stories. My dad comes with some funny stories of being in the army in Germany. So I feel sure. They know how to drink. They know how to drink. Yeah, they know how to fire off the guns in the woods when they're not supposed to.
Yeah, you've seen the points there, though. The points that they use there. Jeez.
Anyway, right, we're gonna move on. Because we're gonna pick up. I want to pick up the lineup for this game.
My channel there.
So, right.
Here we go. Now we're getting into it.
Yes, right. So Pickford in goal. Should we just say that?
Yeah.
Pickford in goal.
Ramsdale.
What? Fantastic goalkeeper.
Did I hear a Ramsdale in there?
He's a fantastic.
I didn't hear a Ramsdale in there, did I?
Yeah, he
Brilliant.
definitely did. Aaron Ramsdale, what a man. So what they got relegated with Southampton? What? Sheffield United. Who cares?
No, he's going to Arsenal. That's the deal.
Oh, yeah,
Arsenal trying
that's-
to approach him, aren't they?
Man United going to sign Jadon Big Boy Sancho, and then there's Arsenal like, come on, Ben White. Come on, Ben White.
Nothing wrong with Ben White. Maguire in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle. Stabhead.
Yeah.
Right.
Oi. If he wins you the World Cup, if he wins you the Euros, you will not
World
be
Cup.
staying.
Oh, thanks.
No,
what I was winning.
If. You know my feelings. You ain't winning no Euros. You can't even win Eurovision. Never mind the actual European Championships.
Big up Alan. Just saw Quindisi's farewell message on Instagram. This manager treated him so bad.
Oh, what a player!
That's
How you let him go?
I know he's got. Yeah, I rated him.
Baller, absolute baller.
I think he was a baller.
Have you seen
know
France
someone who.
midfield?
Mike, I'm gonna say this. I know someone who doesn't rate him.
Yeah, I know. Is it L?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, serious point about Guendouzi because it's related to Arsenal. Have you seen what France's midfield could be for the Olympics? Camavinga, Guendouzi.
Oh no, can we leave it? Yeah, can we leave it?
Oh,
Right,
what's the
here
other one? Oh,
Guendouzi.
Hang on, let's get through this because I've got another stream on in half an hour, so I'm gonna get this done. So let's go. Walker, back to the pitch itself. Walker, Stones, Maguire.
no, put Stones on the left side first.
Yeah. You'd want to.
How about Trippier? No, is Trippier available?
Do you know,
Trippier
I'll put Mings right centre back.
Trippier.
I'd go Stones, Maguire, Mings.
But why would you want to change it? That's my
Well, I
question.
think Mings is better on the ball than Walker. And he's
We're going with a tree here, right? We're going with a tree at the back. Okay.
I think
you would
there's
match
a
up.
mistake in Walker. I think there's a mistake in Kyle Walker.
What about Shaw? No.
Sure, left wing back.
Sure, left wing back. Yeah. Sure, left wing back. That's a cert. Let's do the certs.
Sure, Berto
Oh,
Carlos. Sure,
shut up. Now I'm definitely sure you're sounding on drugs.
Shaw.
No. Sure, Berto Carlos.
No. Trippier on the right wing.
Yes, 100%.
Trippier on the right wing.
Don't be saying Reece James, people. Oh my, he is so crap. Oh, and you can come back to this as well.
Okay.
Trippier,
We just explained about the two DMs. So the D2 DMs are the same. Calvin Phillips.
right.
What app is this, by the way? Oh, what website is this, by the way?
It's createformation.com.
Oh, all right. Cheers.
Createaformation.com.
Yeah, createformation.com.
Yeah, createformation.
Just type in create formation into
Patrick Evra.
Patches ever. I love this game.
Oh, what a man. Obviously, Man United legend as well.
Oh, I love it.
What, you love a Man United legend? Cheers, Stephen.
No. I love it. How I'm going to say I love this game, especially when we beat Denmark. Which
All right, okay. Pick your lineup. Pick your lineup.
Front three. Who would you go for? I've got Anthony on as well. How are you,
Sancho, Kane, Grealish.
Sancho, Kane, Grealish. Okay.
Yeah.
Gunnar, Anthony, what would you go for actually?
Well, centre back, you got Maguire and that's Stones, isn't it? So I would go Mings.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, let's go Mings then.
He's so good on the ball, and there's not a mistake in Mings.
Okay. Then on the left wing, who should we say?
I'm saying Grealish. I'm just putting it out there. Grealish or Foden.
I'd go for Grealish too. Yeah.
Okay.
Grealish.
No Sterling?
No. I think this is a technical game where Grealish is gonna, getting behind the lines. They play a five at the back as well. Denmark.
because Grealish
His
has been
strength, I
always.
think, is going to be important. It's good to
No.
have a strong player on that side. Not that Sterling's not strong, but
I will
Grealish is a
just say
powerhouse.
this: Jack Grealish. What was the advantage with Jack Grealish against Germany is that his impact because they couldn't handle Bukayo Saka for most of the game. When Jack Grealish then came on with fresh legs, they were screwed.
Yeah.
He's great impact. He's a great impact into the game at 60 minutes or something like that. I will say
that's
that,
true.
but
That's true.
okay. Right wing,
Sterling.
Sterling.
Sancho.
Sterling has experience. That's what I said before.
Sancho doesn't
Have more
hasn't impressed,
experience, you know.
Sancho hasn't impressed me, Mike. to be honest.
Man United
No.
Sancho, yes. Dortmund Sancho, no.
No, but he just signed for.
He was
just
qual-
signed
he
for
was
Man-
he, he was
just signed for
quali-
Man United, not against Ukraine.
he was what? Did you watch
He
the
wasn't
game?
that good. He wasn't
Did you
that
watch
good.
the game?
He wasn't compared to some of the players. He wasn't that good.
Nah, I'm sorry. He was touching man of the match for me. He was phenomenal. He was absolutely phenomenal.
What?
He was quality. He was direct. He was direct.
Does
He was-
anyone agree with that?
No, Sterling.
Sterling.
I would go for Sterling.
Yeah. So you're outvoted.
Let's see if Southgate backs me. He will. Trust me. Southgate will back me. Now, actually, do you know what? I reckon it's going to be Sterling on the left and Sancho on the right. I don't think he'll start Grealish. I just don't.
He's determined to get him in there, isn't he?
No. I'll put Sancho at left wing back if I have to get him in.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Move Shaw to left. Move Shaw to left centre back. Put Stones as right centre back and Sancho left wing back to get him in.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Kane. That's
Kane's got to be up front.
I'm joking.
Yeah, Kane's got to be up front. Like
Yeah,
he's
of
scoring
course.
goals. Got to have him up front. Right.
His confidence is up, guys. His confidence is up. Confidence is sky high.
I'd take that lineup. I'm not gonna argue with that lineup, but I'm
His
not gonna
mojo.
argue with what lineup comes.
Kane's mojo is sky high, lads. His mojo.
Yep. Jordan, do you agree with that lineup?
Kane, Sancho, Sterling. Oh my, yeah, good front three. What that? Stone, Maguire, Mings, Pickford in goal. Not bad.
Okay.
Who is
Anthony.
Yeah, I agree with that lineup. Yeah, I think I like to see Grealish more down the middle, but sticking him there, that'd be fine. He's playing, so I'm happy with that.
And Gunnar, you agree with that? You go with that?
That's a strong team. It's going to
Wicked.
cause Denmark problems.
Wicked. Well, there you go. Score prediction, guys, before we wrap it up. Gonna start around the room. I'm just gonna move, then switch around. Right, I'm gonna start round. So start Anthony first. Anthony, what's your score prediction?
2-0 England.
Jordan?
I agree. 2-0.
Okay. Gunnar?
Very difficult question now. I think England could win 2-1, or I think it could go all the way to penalties. I think it's going to be a very tight game. It's going to be very, very tight game.
Mike?
2-1 Denmark.
No, I know you say that.
No, it'd be a deadly
What's
shootout.
that?
After extra time.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be important. Substitutions are going to be important.
Just like 2018.
I'm gonna throw myself out there a little bit. 3-0 England.
What's
I'm
it?
2-0. I'm gonna go 3-0 England.
3-0.
3-0.
In
We should
Denmark.
put some money on that.
I'm gonna put Sterling,
Oh,
then
God.
Kane with 10 minutes to go, and then Denmark gonna have they're gonna be done. they're going to be done with 10 minutes to go, and then we're going to wipe the floor because they'll break. If it's 10 minutes to go, they're committing everyone forward, and then we break and put the second behind them. They'll fall apart. They'll crumble with 10 minutes to go.
Makes for an interesting match. I look forward to it.
Yeah. So, what's up?
All the best to you, and anyway,
Yeah.
best of luck.
Come on, hi guys, big up Ankit. How are you, mate? Big up Alex Hilton, mate. So on the Hilton as well. Yes, but we have come to the end of the show. I'm hoping it's coming home. I hope it's coming home, but we have to wait until Wednesday.
It's coming home, man.
Tuesday. Yeah, we've got Tuesday tomorrow. We've got Italy versus Spain in the first one, so we get to find out who we're playing, hopefully.
Yes, exactly.
And then we've got England versus Denmark on the Wednesday. Make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. But first, I'm going to let everyone shout out the socials. So Mike, where can I find you apart from drowning his sorrows because England have won the Euros?
Nah, you got to win it. You got to win it for that to happen. But well, yeah, you can't actually see my face, so you know this is not me, by the way. This is not my face, but my YouTube channel is Mike Green. Yeah, if you want to subscribe.
That's not your face.
Yeah, I can't even see my eyes. But yeah, there will be a vlog tomorrow for Spain, Italy. There'll be another vlog. There'll be another vlog for England losing to Denmark as well. So that'll be interesting. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, please make sure to do so.
Wicked. We're gonna go to Old School Gunner. Where can they find you, mate?
Yeah, I'm just gonna plug my channel, guys. Old School Gunner. I'm an Arsenal fan, of course, as you can guess. I do live streams regularly. Anyone wants to do a collab, we can talk football. It doesn't need to be Arsenal. And if you want me to guest on your channel, I'm up for it. No problem at all. Lifelong Arsenal fan, supporting the club since '93. Not the best of times for the club at the moment, of course, because Mikel Arteta won't leave. But as soon as he leaves, back in the good old days. Check out my channel, guys, Old School Gunner, on Instagram of the same name. Thank you very much, Steve, for having me on. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Best of luck to England. Best of luck to England.
Yeah. Love to hear the Arteta slander. Love to hear the Arteta slander. Anthony. Anthony.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find me on here on Steven's show. Everybody get donating because it's going towards good cause. Football United TV and also the Daily Dugout. I also want to say to Steve, I do apologise coming on late, but I was cleaning.
Shut up.
That's not a nice way to welcome your guest, Stephen.
Shush. Jordan, where can I find you, mate?
You can find me on Instagram, JordanEman85. On YouTube, my channel is JordanEman LFC. Yes, let's take it home. It's coming home. Come on, England. Let's go.
Big up. And yeah, and we're going to leave it there. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please do subscribe to please do join the membership. Loads of perks there for you to choose from. All money goes to Children's Liver Disease Foundation as a monthly fee, and and there should be other perks that will be coming from CLDF themselves. Hopefully, once I get in contact with them, they should come through with that, and I'll let you know with a post coming for that. But yeah, until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we will see you tomorrow at 6 with the back pages again. So again, bye.
Go,